Inakunukeni sawa ya kwani mashaki vijere sagambi wasulu kanina kulu hibu badu ya jama mashaki vijere sagambi wasulu salam alaikum alaikum salam salam alaikum alaikum salam Baba salam dema binadi peti akwani na 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 kan pelet ma fi Baba salam dema binadi peti akwani na 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 kan shoko tato ma fi Baba salam dema binadi shoko akwani na 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 salam alaikum alaikum salam salam alaikum alaikum salam. Peace is all we need in our families, in our country. Salam yaoni na tero Pichu Sultan. Jacqueline Wasu, how you doing? Good to see you. Please help us by sharing it. That would be awesome if you can share. Jenny song, oh yeah. Sabi masabi, oh yeah. Jenny song, oh yeah. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Salam alaikum. Alaikum salam. Go ahead, share it. That'll be great if you do that. Go ahead, share it.
The other thing I like about Streamyard is that if there's ever a glitch in your internet connection, your stream isn't immediately.
Thank you so much, Uncle Warwick. We're going to start soon. para bujena de mamabam. Iantanas tanidan bido kimedesa. Bekura ido kaman ido kurus. Tafatu kimedesa. Bibi sumutu keni fikura. Wopelua fikenisa magi fakiri Ekulukan dirasa Ashanege na dekere arufta deshuno Ashanu mandi fetisu sikata mustaqbal deba Lakini jana tamama Mabido bekura ya pani Lakini jana tamama Mabigeni dekian degigawai Kajana tamama amuno haja batar Mama mabiwo niso haja kulu kulu Kenya da madalao Kena lazimi adibu Kenya da madalao Vivid production Ana muzekir sakita isaman isim dodol Dodolindo chena Ese gilas Dodolindo chena Ese kura alfogo hina Mami habisun sambala Itama bidugu Kena katoldan Kanamo lobara Kanarapia mafi
Go ahead, share it, please, if you don't mind. We are going to start soon. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing great. But please let me know. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you for sharing it. Canada Madalao. Thank you for sharing it. Kena lazimi adibu Kanina raka bitala hajatani Bitala hajatani Bitala hajatani Bitala hajatani Kusara dele isi mama Kusara dele ita papa Kusara dele ita mama Kusara dele ita papa Kenya da madalao Kena lazimi adibu. All right, let's go ahead and start our topic today. Before I start, let me thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in, and I'm so glad, very glad to see all of you guys with another episode. And Jacqueline Wosung, how you doing, Jackie? Good to see you, and we are so glad and happy to see you. We missed you last 2 days. We have not seen you on the show. Probably maybe you were busy. Life, people are running up and down. But since you came here today, it's good to see you. Also, we have Uncle Wall Walk. Gwal, how are you? Good to see you, and thank you for sharing it. That's an awesome. You have done an awesome job, and good to see you. We also missed you last week. I'm not sure. Maybe with this life, people become busy running up and down, and also with the childrens keep us busy. But thank God that you are here, and we are so happy to see you. Today we have an important topic, and I hope if you all of you guys can join us, that would be great. Excuse me, sorry. That would be great if you all of you guys can come and share with us. Fatima, thank you as well for sharing. Fatima, thank you, and good to see you. And there's more coming. Uh, the topic today is we will talk about, can you forgive someone and not trust them again? The topic of today is, can you forgive someone and not trust them again? And this is the topic that we want all of us to come and tell us, why is it easy? Sometimes it's not easy for us to forgive, but at the same time, we seems to keep anything hurt you. You seems to keep it for a long time. So what does that mean? It means that you have not forgive the person who wronged you. You have not fully forgive the person that have done wrong for you. And how can you forgive them then? If we're all talking about forgiveness, we're talking about somebody hurt you and treats you really bad, and yet you cannot forgive them. You know, and forgiveness, it's the most difficult things for people to tolerate. Not everyone, uh, not everyone is willing to forgive, and not everyone can even forget easily, regardless of what. It depends on your personality. It depends on how you take the problem serious. Some people, they take it serious, and it's going to be hard for them to forgive. And some, yes, they are easy to forgive. You know, and but why is it difficult for so many people not to forgive? What are the reasons that people are not forgiving? Mayo, Raj, good to see you, brother. Long time, man. What are the reasons that it's difficult for people to forgive? You know, and when they forgive, uh, it is not easy for them to trust the person no more. Maybe it's a first mistake, because we all human, we make mistakes. Maybe the person didn't mean to turn you down for some reasons, but yet you still can forgive the person. So most people, they can forgive their fellow brothers and sisters. Most people, they have a willingness on forgiveness. They are willing to forgive, but at the same time, they cannot trust the person again. In other words, they cannot work with the person again. You know, so why? Why do we seems, or why do we look at things that is not easy for us to let go? And sometimes maybe it's a minor problem, maybe it's just a small thing, but some people, they take it very serious. Maybe it was a misunderstanding, and yet some people they might take it very serious. But how do you convince such a people? Because when you forgive, you move on. When you forgive, you start a new chapter. When you forgive, you start you usually start a new chapter, and you try to be what? Starting everything all over again. But at the same time, people, some of them are easy to forgive, easy to deal with people, easy to mingle with people, easy to start a new chapter again, easy to move on with life. And some people are not easy to forgive, but at the same time, they are willing to deal with you. Or in other words, they're willing to even be friend with you. You know, the things that you have done wrong for them, they will keep it. The things that you have done wrong to them, they will keep it to themselves, but they will never ever maybe talk to you about it anymore. And yet, they have forgiven you. Then who are you as a human not to forgive? Who are you as a human not to forgive? Even God Himself has forgiven us without any conditions. Heavenly Father has forgiven you without no conditions. So why are you giving people conditions when it comes to forgiveness? Of course, all of us, we are not the same. We are not the same people. All of us, some of us are very sensitive when it comes to when you wrong them. They are sensitive. It does not mean that those people are difficult to work with. No, God has created us differently, and the way we tolerate things differently from one another. It does not mean that this person is picky, this person is sensitive, this person is this. No, we all working according to our time. We all working according to our emotions. Our emotions different. Everybody working, we are working, according to the way you are taking the issue. Some people they're taking lightly, and some of us have not taken things lightly. But do not think that when people are not taking things lightly, maybe there's so much thing in that person's life. You never know. Of course, we grow up in a different society, we grow up in different environment, but that does not mean when you don't forgive, does not mean that you are a bad person. When you don't forgive easily, does not mean that you are not a believer. When you don't forgive easily, does not mean that you are not a good person. No, we are all different in terms of the way you've been raised. We are all being raised differently. And not only that, but it depends. Some people grew up without any quarreling in their houses. They grew up without any fights in their life. They grew up without any problems in their life. They grew up in peaceful environment. So whenever they uh, experience such a things, we are taking it in a different ways. All of us, we take them in a different ways. And that's why life, nobody's perfect in this life. Only our Savior is the only God that have not done or have not wronged anyone. But since you're dealing with people, regardless of what, you're going to find people that are easy to deal with, and you're going to find people that are not easy to deal with. May all say that forgiveness once is okay, twice is a big problem. Of course, with us as human being, uh, when we're repeating the same mistakes over and over, we look at it, the hagara. The zola kada wani bika kala da punga kan kira, you know, zola kada wani bika da foga minno. But at the same time, uh, for your own health and for the sake of others, each other, when you forgive, don't count. Let's not count how many mistakes that this person have done for me, how many wrongs that this person have done for me. When if you keep counting, then you will be tired of counting mistakes. And that's why mostly when people counting the mistakes, guess what? You're hurting more because you're going to say, I can't take this anymore. This person have done it for me once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, etc. Then in the end, you are going to try to put an end into it, either to let that person go or to ignore that person. But it's better not to count how many mistakes that person have done for you. Because one day you will be tired of counting mistakes over, 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 and over. For your own good. Because tomorrow you might fall into the same scenario, the same temptations, because we are all of us, we are open to be tempted with the spirit of devils. If you say that you will not be tempted, then you are lying to yourself. We're all going to be tempted one way or the other. It does not mean that you're weak. It does not mean that you're strong. It does not mean that you are faithful. It does not mean that you will never be tempted. As long that you're living in this world, temptation will live with you for the rest of your life. The difference is people are easy to forgive and forget, and life goes on. Some people are sensitive. When the mistakes keep repeating itself, some of us are not easy to deal with this such of uh, of behaviors, right? But let me assure you that the more you forgive, the more you're going to be strong in spirits, and the more you're going to be strong dealing with society. And which is the most difficult things when it comes to dealing with society or try to solve people's problem. But what can we do in order for us to live a better life? Yes, we talked about you can forgive someone and not trust them again. But how do you build trust with someone that always wrongs you? How do you build trust with someone that always turns you down? How do you build trust with the person that do it? Some people they do it intentionally. They know what they're doing and they keep repeating the same thing. But the question is, how can you deal with such people? As we all know, we are not the same. Some are sensitive, some are not easy to deal with. But at the same time, we're supposed to learn and have the spirits of forgiveness and try to trust the person regardless of what. You know, we know it's not easy for you to trust. We know it's not easy for us to trust, but let's try to see whether you can do it. And talking about you, from the two group, which group do you belong to? The people that forgive someone and move on? Or are you among the people that you forgive someone and not trust them anymore with a single mistake? Excuse me. Which one are you? Or from what group are you belong to? The people that trust or the people that don't trust? Because now we're dealing with two groups now, right? Excuse me. So what group are you referring to? Because I mentioned that there's so many type of group that are dealing, because you're dealing with human, right? And dealing with human is one of the most difficult things, as we all know. Dealing with society is not easy. Dealing with human is not easy. Dealing with the siblings is not easy. Dealing with cousins and family member, it is not easy. I like that. Brother Morris. Brother Morris mentioned that God make us to trust each other and love one another and respect each other and treat each other equally. But the thing here, do we treat each other equally? Do we all look at your brothers and sisters as one? How do you value it? How do you look at it? When it comes to your own brother and sister, which is very hard for you to deal with or to even forgive them. Brother Mayo mentioned here, don't get me wrong, but God always forgive all the time. Of course, my brother, you are absolutely right. And this is what we're supposed to learn from. But why is it easy for God to forgive us? Why is it easy for Him to forgive you? And yet, it's very difficult for you to forgive. I salute you, brother.
Yes, مساء الخير.
شنو برو مساء النور، كيف اخبارك؟
ازاي صحتك بيج بوس؟
والله
تمام.
we're trying to push it, brother. We're trying to push it, man.
Yes. Yeah, that's good, man. How's
We
the family?
miss you on Tuesday. Kuna zola Wednesday.
Yes, I was busy. I was doing something, so I see the show, but I want to come in, but I was busy that time, so I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
thought maybe you become one of the MP in Juba or something, you know.
You know, MP in Juba, it is gonna come. You know, we have people there. It's working, but but didn't do anything, not yet. So we need them to wake up. You say we already knock the door to wake up. You know.
one day, inshallah.
Into when we are talking like we are closing their ears more and ears more, and there's no development, there's no change, there's no anything, man. Yes.
But
now
we are the youth supposed to be working hard to change it, you know, and that's why I mentioned this topic, that can you forgive someone and not trust them again? It's linked to our people, the 64 tribe. Now we have issues, Bordo. We seems to forgive one another, but it's still in our heart. We still have the same issue in the mandana, to forgive one another or to come back again. live as
Your
one.
father. Mhm.
Welcome, brother.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, brother, and thank you for your view. I salute everyone watching back home here or anywhere. I salute you guys all. As I pray also for everyone. Yes, it is forgiveness. If we talk about the forgiveness, God put us together to love one another, to respect one another, to treat each other equally.
Yes.
Treat mean يعني نحن كله مساواة.
صح.
مساواة كله نحن مساواة. Yes. So ده حاجة اللي فيكو بيجيب شنو أنه أساسا السلام. أنت كان بتريت أنت بتشوف لام عليه لأن نحن كلنا ملام في درجة واحد. نحن كلنا سوا ما في زول بتكبر أنه أساسا أنا متعلم وده كده ده حاجة اللي بيجيبوا شنو يقول الناس كله كل ما بعد. So forgiveness here, forgiveness is coming from your heart as a God give it to us. We forgive one another for what you do wrong or what mistake you make that your friend or your brother or your father or mama, your mothers or auntie, whatever you do wrong.
Yes.
You need to forgive them. That is it. But forgiveness, when you say, I forgive you for what you do, forgive me, God is already marked what you said. And you give it all with your heart for the forgiveness. Anu jamin gelbak or anu asasanta benefisu of forgiveness. Yes. Is the kaneta man hostile forgiveness. That's and then anas fi junubda. They're faking the forgiveness. Because if we forgive each other, we could have peace right now. But if you faking, forgive each other. But that is a faking. That is a fake. Because Rabbana said, when you forgive something, you forgive and then forget about it. Yes. Even your enemy, Anas al-Bamulita Batal, you love them and pray for them and forgive them for what he did for you.
Exactly.
That you need to, people need to understand, because life is on us. Alela kanana malta leta haja batal le akui. Nugule maalish ya akui ana malta haja batal, so forgive me. Tana shunu bukra na ma bamla haja tani batal kan ligina fi makan na kun shunu akwan.
Tukun habayib, yes.
That is a yes. So forgiveness this haja kibir, haja massacre. And if you play with it, they be take life, be nas be lose their life on it, and it's gonna be disrespectful to another. But then ita ma mungkin tagul ana forgive you tomorrow wa ita beji tashakir. Ma beji. God is never put that together. No, forgiveness is once. When you forgive somebody, you forgive it. That's it. Ile kanja amul tani mushkila and they say akuya mata na forgive you. What do you want again? They are bigger, but they people.
Gibela, our brother mentioned something very important. Galino, what if you forgive one person, but they will still repeating the same mistake over and over?
Yes. Yeah, they taban zol bekun anu asasan bekun ma fahim forgiveness, you know, or anu asasan wo bekun insan anid. Insan anid daiman bamul haja zede huwa arif zezola sakran asa na manege ja fortis mushakil huwa fi zina talwai huwa bekun arif anu asasan what do you want to do, lakin kan huwa wahid zede uma bagder amul asan wo shunu huwa why, so huwa der kut haja fi rasa san huwa be create something that they say hey zol de kan sakran. You see that? So it's the same thing. Yes. So yes. So who Allah forgiveness das أنه هو زول البعمل حاجة بينادى لازم تشاهد له ناس تجيبه تحت وتا invite the people and say hey أخوانا إنسان ده أنا عملت هو كان عمل حاجة كده وأنا forgive you, فهو لسه جاي رجع بكلام ده فإنتوا دايرين كلنا نحن نعمل شنو before I go to the different level. Yes. Can it insan fine until you can bring the people down and discuss about it and resolve it with the things, because we're making mafahim.
Like you mentioned something very important. What about the Nasser be pretend? They, like you mentioned, our leaders, they pretend worship, that they forgive one another, but at the same time, it's still showing their act, their attitude is still showing toward one another that they do not forgive one another.
No, yeah, but you know, when you lie to the world, that I watched the video yesterday. The little kids was crying, crying for the school, cry for the president. I know, Kelima Katolumon, Kelumon future to Belen. If you see that video of the young girl, Al Salamta forgiveness, you will know the happiness in the face of the people. That animals forgive each other. But those our elders, those ones, don't manage the forgiveness. They don't know what is the forgiveness means. For forgiveness. Even can fi jolgaba mon kan gamul mushakil. So ita naman fi jolgaba kan fi zaman tatamor ita lisa gamul mushakil. It means you have something in your brain. Shufta? Fa nazil Allah salam alumon ke jafu go anu asasan bugul, oh yeah, forgive them, well forgive them. They don't forgive each other. Every one of them, their heart is dirty. Because salam beji kan gel kulu kwes, salam beja kulu. Salam kulu kan beji fi Junub Sudan. Kan ma fi zoltani be mutu. Kan ma fi zoltani shal sila. Yani kan fi forgiveness. Kan bugul ya kwana khalas. Nihna nalimu kulu silahat, najibu kulu sawa, o kulu nakuninda na unity maba, o kelina na sallu kulana, o namu fi hayata beled bitana. Lakin del anu umon asan dawla kullu fi fogo dare kabas dawla o asa dawla kullu arfu le African Union kick Junub Sudan out from the African Union because anu asasan umon spend the kalam fi kidib o hina mun mageda fa grusta contribution.
That's true.
That's why they kick them out. See, so Naskulo no teriga sahalo into bidarfu ta salam o kan salam de beji beteriga anno insana fahim forgiveness lakin insana anta aish ma insana anno ma baarfu forgiveness wala wo baarfu zad o into tears o into emotion even lejana kan ge mutu o into tears for generally manatu o into forgiveness.
So that's mean we are lying to ourselves.
Yeah,
we are lying to ourselves in the peace lakin this is just a lie. Well,
good to know.
I said, now we have peace, right? We have we have forgiven one another, and now we live in peace. So that's a lie. It's not a real peace.
Well, the peace the anno asasan mafi, ita na mantenda peaceful bellet anno asasan inta bugul kolas iya zol iya na de mujrimin de kul kan kul jabu kan fi peace. Lakin anu asasan unity mafi zado before mondun zado peace de beji kan fi unity kan mafi unity mafi peace because unity mafi and as bikallem anu fi unity oh yeah unity, there's no unity because inta shaifu crisis is happening UN fi hina nasta banin fi refugees camp kan fi unity kan refugees came de gullena yakuna kala sana babnu lekum mahal hina talta kushilu aradi de anna bana lekum hina heritage joskum hina kan yani annu asasan ibn lom biyu zato asan beju minina meyalo wa madaris annu asasan de madaris yalta kum be grafogo asan zol de gulsunu ana be khalas moduta refugees sibu nihna zadu bara de na gul asba bele tanna jafogo salam fela raja nas tanna tabanin al refugees de rajaw wo kalas kulu nihna narja.
That's true. Okay.
Like in animals, signs that you don't see. Where yala de salam tashun. So nas can get kadib, kidib de daima robna beraja le munu later because the get kadib mata gulita kadapta le shop, kadapta le nepsa.
There's up to them.
Or tomorrow it will come and bite you back.
That's true. That's true. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Thank you, brother. We'll
right?
come back to you. Let's welcome
Yes.
brother Majak, and then we'll come back to you, brother Morris.
Thank you,
I
bro.
salute you,
Thank
brother.
السلام عليكم.
Alaikum
Alaikum
salam.
salam.
كيف اخباركم؟
Good to see you,
Alhamdulillah.
man. Good نزول وين سي؟ ودوك جبوا ولا شنو؟
لا انا ما زول تابع لجوبا، انا ما شفت جوبا قبل كده يا زول. I never see Juba in my life.
Malaysia. You one day you will see it.
Yeah, I never. I tried to want to go there see it, but you know, أنا زول يعني جابوني في خرطوم وأمريكان 7 سنة ولا whatever. I grow up there until I came here to US.
Wow.
1983. So I never go back to South Sudan even.
Wow.
Oh, that sounds so when I was little that time. Yes.
What?
I was little that time. Yes, if you come to Khartoum, they brought me. I was little in Khartoum when I was little.
Yeah, that's what I tell you. That's what I tell you. I came Khartoum in Shumal, says Shumal. I came in Shumal like 1983. When my area is messed up from Morhal, Morhal. So we are north up there. So that what we are. Yao bugulo shinu bugulo المونكي ياو بياكل الناي الزرع القدام ده ياو اكلونا نينا قدامنا اول نينا ناس اكلونا اول ايوه so نينا جينا بدري شويه كده yeah شكرا جزيلا استاذ جاي I appreciate your opportunity to give it to me. طبعا your topic is good. Is very well. Yeah, forgiveness is a human being nature. يعني حاجة في أي إنسان يعني عنده natural يعني عشان يكون forgiveness. لما أخوك يعمل لك حاجة وأنت شايف أخوك يعني عمل شيء you forgive. أو أخوك كان جا كمان عليك وجاه اعتذر بك إنت لازم تعمله forgive. ده حاجة أي human being ولا خواجة ولا أسود ولا أبيض ولا أخضر كله في هنا في human being.
صح.
يعني حاجة ده كله في human being يعني. لكن sometime زي إنتوا قلتوا قبل شوية when somebody come to you and apologize and he repeated again or she repeated again, in that situation, for me, Anna Mijak, I have to stay away from this person. It's not my it's not my cousin or my friend or whatever anymore. I have to stay away. I have to stay away because I don't want to make problem with him or her. Anymore. You know, I have to stay away. That point I learned from here in America. When Kawajat, they see you very aggressive or very not disrespect when you're talking, they stay away from you. So. Yeah, they don't want to hurt you, but they stay away from you. They still love you, but they try to stay away from you. It's true. Because when they're close to you, you're going to hurt their feeling. So all this stuff, we don't need that stuff. It's true. Yeah. And forgiving, when you forgive somebody, Yanata Amalta Lezol Khaletleo Haja, don't regret it. Wita don't take chance on it. It is all Molek forgive Desato. Don't take chance on it. There how I had for human being Bezar and any Junubin and any Marfin Hajas move forgive. So we don't have that. Yeah. And then Junubi Bezar. And then Marfin Hajas forgive. يعني forgive تاعنا بتاع جنوب السودان بلسان ما بقلب وبس بيقولوا بلسان. لكن forgive ده ما في حاجة بيقولوا وصايا لا عشر، لا تزني، لا تسرق، لا تعمل ده. لما ربنا يقول لك الكلام ده انت عملت قبل كده، لكن انت خلاص قلت يا رب انا ما داير اعمل تاني، وانت خليته كل ربنا بيعرفك انت خليته، لكن انت لسه يعني مشي صليت بالكذب وانت لسه تعمل تاني، ربنا ما he's not going to forgive you because you're still doing it. That's what some people sometimes they said, oh, I forgive you, yeah, guy, I forgive you. Yeah, you guy, you come to me, Jack, I forgive you. But you're still doing it. That is not good.
That's true.
Yeah. The way I can see, Anna Jack, you guys, you still doing it, that I'm not going to hurt you, but I'm going to stay away from you. My brother, don't come to my house no more. Stay away. I know, yeah, I can see you in the road or whatever. I say hi, but I don't need you to be my friend no more. I'm not going to share in my information, my life with you no more. That's it. I'm done with you because you're not good friend. So that what I want to tell Junubin. Junubin, they said, I forgive you by lisan, like they don't give you for heart, inside the heart. Yeah, Junubin, we need to learn that. We need to learn when you forgive somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, forgive it. If you see he's still doing it, stay away from him, but don't make problem. Stay away. Don't come to me, man. Stay away there. That's what I'm doing. When I see somebody is repeating something, I stay away from it. Because right now I don't have a lot of friends. Because of that. Because when I tell somebody,
they do you wrong, you just leave them alone. You just try to
I leave them alone, and I leave myself alone. I don't want you to hurt me, and I don't want me to hurt you. Just stay there and stay there. That's why you guys see Kawajat Bugor fi Khabat when they don't want to hurt somebody, and they don't want to hurt you. They can hurt you.
Majak. Question now. Even Brother Morris was mentioned a little bit about it. You can forgive someone and not trust them. So now, now we have peace, right?
Yes.
Do you think it's going to work? There is no trust. We forgive one another. You think it's going to work?
I think the Junub Sudan, if we go to politics, I'm not a politician. And I don't like to involve politicians. Yeah. But I can say something what I see, because I don't like all of them. Whatever, I don't like all of them. And I'm more than Sudan miskinu, and I don't care what they're doing, and I just blame them all. That's what I'm saying.
But we are talking about the forgiveness.
Yeah, forgiveness. I'm coming. I just want to describe a little bit, but sure. I don't know about them too much. I don't like them at all. Last time they came to my state, I don't like them at all. I don't want to go. And I never go. I don't go to any politician, South Sudanese come to America, whatever, I don't go. Because they are a mess. And we are a victim. Yes. And I don't like them at all. All of them, from Silva Kiir, Lekafir Vtao. Yeah. So let me try it here. South Sudanese politician, they forgive. They don't have forgiveness. Let me يعني عشان نقول لك صراحة كده ما عندهم حاجة بيقولوا هنا ده forgiveness. هم شغالين بشنو؟ وظفوك انت يا صاحب الرئيس ولا انت نائب الرئيس ولا انت شنو؟ ولا انت في حكومة خلاص انت يا كويس. تضحكوا وتضحكوا. They forget what happened. They don't care about مواطنين. كلهم they don't care. هم شغالين ببزنس. يعني وظفوا في الحاجة هو دايره ده خلاص. هو مع حكومة. والحكومة كان كعب ما بيتكلم فيه.
صح.
وبشكل الحكومة اللي ذاته ما بيتكلم فيه. والمعاناة بتاع جنوب السودان المواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان ما بيمشي يتكلم فيه. عدو وظيفة بتاعه خلاص ساكت. عشان كده انت شايف سيلفا كير قاعد ليه يوم الليلة. لأن ما في زول serious about مواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان. ما في زول serious من G10 or IO or whatever يعني باري بتاع جنوب السودان كلهم كل ما أسفي عليه. I can't say كل ما أسفي عليه. لكن شنو فرتقوا ليه؟ فرتقوا عشان قروش. They didn't care about مواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان. عشان كده أنا قاعد أقول لك قبل أنا I hate them all of them. جيم بتاعه أنا كشفته كتير. هسا أنا قاعد أشوف ناس they supporting Salva Kiir, supporting ريك مشار, supporting إيوانيغا. كلهم ياو ناس same thing. same جاب والجاب ولا بقولوا شنو قلقات والقلقات. كلهم same thing. يعني ما ناس يعني كلهم ياو same thing. والقلقات كله قاعد تهد شنو؟ قاعد تهد الشمبورة واحد. الشمبورة ياو منو؟ ياو مواطن. ما هو معلش my language my language. yeah yeah ما هو كلها ياو مواطنين. والبيعني منو؟ البيعني هو مواطن. عشان كده أنا قاعد أقول يعني politics أنا ما بخش فيه. أنا أكرههم. I hate them all of them. I don't like them at all. وأنا ببعد منهم. وأنا ما there sometimes I don't want to hear what they're saying. Some people they supporting Salva Kiir. Some people is supporting Riek Machar, Iwaniga, Taban Dengai, Lemoro, whatever. Who the whole thing. Bugulation Jagal Gad Barre Bugulamunada. I can't shuffle Steve da shuffle Steve da can Bugulamunada. A Korakor or whatever. Yeah, not behave, random supporter. And all these one they're killing more than the Geneva Sudan. All of them. Min Salva Kiir Kafir time they're killing Geneva Sudan. Come on, man. Hakum ta Geneva Sudan. Come on. And then more than the Geneva Sudan, they're in Amni, bas Amni. They are going to bloom in Geneva Sudan. Amni. Ita Hakum ta Geneva Sudan. Waleta kan min Wayne, waleta min Maarada, waleta min Khafir. Jida matelen Amni. Walaya guy can get a little amni. We support you, man. You're gonna be successful. You're gonna be winner.
Yes.
And then you know Sudan, but there is all yani amulin amni. Ashanta umagwabuk wal ahbobtak imshi yezra fi dahar biyut btam.
Yes.
Uma yamutu ma fi zol imshi drubum. Ma fi zol imshi yaktulum. That's what we need in the Junub Sudan. Al jubna to show father. ما في زول بيكون قاعد في جوا زاره. أنا بس أنا المواطنين في جنوب السودان ده بس أمني. That's it. That is a priority. أصلا أنا قاعد أشوف سيلفا كير ما جاب لنا ده، ريك مشار ما جاب لنا ده، وانيجا ما جاب لنا ده. إيه وانيجا أنا دايرك تجيب لنا أمني. ريك مشار أنا دايرك تجيب لنا أمني بس. سيلفا كير أنا دايرك تجيب لنا أمني. مواطن في جنوب السودان يكون آمن. في ظهر بيت بتاعه يزرعه زي أنا زمان. أنت في فيلج بتاعك وأنا في فيلج بتاعي. That's it. الجوب ده أنا ما داير ما زول داير حياة بتاع الجوب ده. أي زول يجي في بلد بتاعه يقعد مرتاح ومتكيف. تزرع على كيفك وأمك يزرع على كيفك وحبوبتك يزرع على كيفه وجدك. That's what we want. Kafa forgiveness.
You, we'll come back to you.
Yeah,
let me
forgiveness.
go to Brother Morris.
Yeah,
Morris,
forgiveness to Junub Sudan is about money. When you get position, they forgive each other. They don't have problem. But we don't have forgiveness. We stick in there and we involve with them. And then game tana. معلش انا بقول لك بقى انت ثلاثه لباس بتاعتك نيك ما نيك بتاعك انا المواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان. Yeah, I can say that. معلش my language.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go to brother Morris.
انا المواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان خشينا يعني it's not our club. That what we go to.
Thank you.
لكن هذا ريك مشار وتابان دينغاي وريك مش وكير ووانيجا كلهم قاعدين سوا. هو كان شاكلوا زمان لكن قاعدين سوا هسه مبسوطين وحافين. لكن انه مواطنين خشينا في حفله ما حفله بتاعنا. And thank you. Give a chance for another.
Thank you, brother Morris. Brother Majak.
Mr. Majak, yeah, so brother, yeah, you know, أنا داير مواطن كله جنوبي بيتكلم برا زي records because أنا فعلا supporting the criminals. ناس ما عنده نظر للبلد ما عنده visions.
ما عنده vision, man.
No vision for the village. They don't have vision for the children. They don't have the future generations. Then nas al أساسا ما في زول مفروض بيسابق له ميدان. الزول اللي بيسابق له ميدان معناته قلبه تو ميت أساسا.
ما بقول أسيالي أسيالي بدا شنو يا أسيالي قاتل الناس.
أسا عينو 500 people كله SPLM. SPLA done since 2011. We are all can junub kullu SPLA and kida we have a referendum.
Viva ya kata nas kullu.
Muweye is dead. Hajas Muweye is dead. 2011. So we are Republic of Southern Sudan. That is the Republic of the Southern Sudan. Anybody need to be appointed. Magal be appointed as an SPLA or a Gatar Niala. No. That whole Republic of Southern Sudan. As someone forget about the Republic of Southern Sudan. SPLM, that yeah, because you know they are to Tukura Vitam. Nas James Waniga de Burwas. Del Mungadin Hinak Burwas Manzar. Life is all unnecessary. Endu Sulta, or the Endu Fugo Idara, or the can figure into feeling. Salam, uwo de salam alumun bikelim de wenu salam da. Nas del ita yom wa chafu nas darabo wahed fim tala bara wonosu?
No.
Ita yom wa chufto wahed kelim gal kalam de galat anu lentu gadita amul kida?
No.
Nas information ya begul bas ita general leta data report kalam al
bakay. Nas abiyay katalo mbara ma fi zol kalam fi abiyay? Ma fi zol.
Abiyay.
Nas melu biaqtulu ma fi zol kalam fi wala hukuma wahed tala kida عشان كلم رسمي ما في.
So del tragedy كل يوم ده حصل في البلد بتاعك. عشان نازل أنا كان في الليل ما في زول كان يجيب اسم تومون زادو في anywhere in the public or media. Because أنت لما تجيب اسم تزول مناطو زول أساسا عنده future foundation للبلد زي رئيس تنزانيا. ده هو ماد لسه إنه جفكرو. رئيس رواندا لسه هو نظم البلد بالنظام ده فيه سلام. جابوا كل القبلتين كتو سلام
ولا ده راجع تمام. رواندا ده
كاغادي
ده راجع تمام.
جنوب السودان يال سكر هسه أنا بتكلم ده يال سكر هسه قاعد يتصل لي أنه أساسا ما بقدر سجلهم في مدرسة. المدرسة ده نحن ورا خالص في مدرسة جنوب السودان ده كان فوقه سلام كان فوقه peace. ما كان أس يال ده كان بيقرأ ممكن 20 سنة مجاني. ليه أصلا ده مستقبل تنا تبلد. ده كان مستقبل تنا تبلد. يعني يال الرجال من كل خرطوم ولا وين الولدوه كان ما في جنة تاني بيموتوا في الشارع. نحن كنا مرتاحين كان في trust كان في love between these people. But these people their heart is dirty. Their heart is dirty. أهل بتوع يا مرتاحين. But the kulu nihna sharp. We are suffering because of those people.
Yep.
Nazil, if no one come there is a tough person to take them out by force, ma fi haja beji. Ana kunta fi uniform hasa, ana making Ethiopia, Uganda, everybody to destroy the village as an best ne brings yal sukar da imsu kumakan bitaw. The young kids, Alberta fi Sudan and before this struggle, as an economic struggle, Bekatolu, inte smart, inte mufruta give smart people that and educate them and build them learn, give them job to learn. And no بكره هم يا future بتاع. لكن لسه الناس بيقول لنا في SPLM ده وين سلام بيجي وين؟ والله انا بقول لكاد كان دخلنا في التراب كان لسه لنا في SPLM سلام ما بيجي في جنوب السودان.
اسمع سلام excuse me سلام اجا يا عم سلام اجا
إذا هو جا كان ممكن عندك هنا ممكن مالك لكن على كمان
السلام ده ما هو شنو؟ السلام بين
What is the meaning of the salam?
ما سلام بيناتهم هم قاعد سوا بياكلوا قروج جنوب السودان سوا. ما هو meaning بتاع السلام يا جماعه انتم ما بتعرفينه؟ هم قاعد سوا وبطلوا حرب وبياكلوا سوا.
بطل حرب
بترول بياكلوا قروش المواطنين سوا.
حرب يا طول بطل.
يا سلام انتوا اننا مواطنين بتاع الجنوبيين اننا لسه we don't understanding. السلام بتاع جنوب السودان the peace agreement what is going on right now is a peace between رياك يخش جوا منو يخش جوا ومنو يخش جوا كلهم يخش جوا والحرام كبير يجي يقعدهم سوا يلا يقسم لهم شوية
ايوه
يا لما نقسم لهم شوية يلا المواطن بتاع جنوب السودان لسه هناك ما شايفين حاجة بتاع مواطن جنوب السودان. أنا كان من لسه شغال الشوارع ما في خلينا في مدارس وخلينا في مساجد وخلينا في الجيش ذات ما بصرفوا ولا أنا كان من أو الجيش ذاته عشان هم ما بصرفهم. أنا كان من في بلد هسه حاليا جيش.
Yeah. I have a question for both of you guys. Now, Indian leaders, and now we talk about forgiveness. Do you think one day, مثلا for example, Waniga, do you think Equatorian هي forgive Waniga حاجات اللي حصل في جنوب السودان؟ Any leaders القاعدين في الحكومة, do you if they go back to the community, do you think they will welcome them as their son and daughters, or they will say, you know what, we were not going to forgive you?
No, for me, when I'm saying those leaders, those are murderers and killers. Those leaders, they're never gonna have a legacy in Southern Sudan. When a person come to this seat, they're not gonna have legacy. And Mafi Zone and Assassin Bokura, Befokri Anonazil. Because al-muamala al-insan al-befokri fik, ita amalta haja al-kwez le-muatin pitata. Inta takut fiyo credit. Nazel kan fad min bediri, kubalisa ma Junub Sudan ma get worse like that, jabu Shabab al-Judad au katon to chokol, making kana nas be forgive him only because I know they veterans, the veteran of war. Del nas al kan harbo so when indum huguk tomon nas bodum hak pitang. But after these 10 years after the referendum and the independent, up to now, we are in a crisis every single day. Who is in his heart is happy right now to give these people thanks or to accept these people to say, no, give forgiveness for Lomon. There's no one. Now is people every day is suffering. And there's no way, no one in Junub Sudan be saying, these people, they deserve this. No, they don't deserve nothing in Shab or Sudanese. Because Shab who will bear fight for. لكن انت شاب عليك بكتب شاب تهت وتقتلهم وما بتديلهم من فيوتشر يلا بدر بيجا طريقه وين شارع ما في مويه ما في مدرسه ما في شنو يلا انا بديك كريدت ليتر لشنو يكون I'm stupid.
So now they do much of their own villages, their own state, they will not welcome them, they will kill them rather.
Trust me.
Oh, you're still talking to him? Okay, go ahead, bro.
That is gonna happen. But there's no peace for them because like James Waniga when was Lopon was attacked, he was going to the Upper Nile and putting his knee down and cry there in the Upper Nile, and his people are angry. They're not gonna make it in their villages. Even Salva Kiir. ile kan arfa bodyguard bitaw dem min maktab kullu yamshi ma militia group to bitaw da malish algo gida fa
لما مشى لما مشى في روم في كده في Rumbek, he was welcome, and it seems like people are happy to see him, and they still forgive him.
ما ناس رومبيد كل تعبين لسلفا كير يا عم عشان كده
انت لما تودي سلاح 3 سلاح لأسرة واحد ناس ما بويلكم انت كيف iya mara utafara mtachunu kule ndo silaha wa gurnet yala biga ita ma bikun farhan kif so then asal be ita na matabiu insan alkuwa insania litabiu de bukura kan kalasu mon ma bar ita tani. You understand? So go ahead, my brother.
Okay. Brother Majak, the same question.
Yeah. Actually, I see it here. Forgiveness is a big topic. But what I want to our leaders, from the top seat to the last seat, if they come out, like right now, they're ruling the country. Okay? You guys ruling the country, and they fight, they mess up the country, and they know that. Right now, all of them, they're talking, we tired from the war, and they know that. Everybody know it. I beg them. I am a citizen of South Sudan. If you guys, from now, today, I'm talking to you, to 2 years, like 2023, you come and apologize and do the good job from now. And later apologize, hey, you guys, we are sorry, a citizen of South Sudan. We are very sorry, we mess up, and we misunderstanding before. And right now we are together, and we work hard now to make what we destroyed, to make it back to you guys. And we see it, we approve it, our eye. My mom approve it, my dad approve it. The same thing you and my brother. Everybody approve it in his village or his city, that we can forgive them. They can go, they can retire, they can leave, they can go back their villages, and they can live harmoniously, and we can give them credit, because the credit they take out South Sudan from north is a big deal. We can give them credit for that one. But if they keep doing that, and right now today, if Silva Kid die, or Yemusha die, or Wani Iga die, or all of them die now right now, and somebody took over, and they didn't apologize, and they didn't do nothing, they're not going to have credit in our citizen of South Sudan. They're not going to have credit. If somebody survive, we're going to catch him, and we're going to put his hell in the court, and we're going to count them to the hell of the court. If somebody is survive, or if the youth getting stronger and we took them over, we're going to get them accountable, all of them. Until now, we're going to get them accountable, all of them, because they mess up South Sudanese citizen and South Sudanese alive. That's what I can say to them. So but they have a chance. If they fix it, they have a chance. They can fix it. They have 2 years right now more. They can fix it, and they can apologize, and they come. We're going to apologize. Like what you said, your topic is apologize. To how you going to apologize to somebody? We can accept. We are a citizen of South Sudan. We can accept that. We can say, okay, we forgive you guys, and we give you credit. We guys, you did something very good thing, like what they get us from North Sudan to here. We forgive them all, and they can live harmony. That I can say, and that is my suggestion. I can say it. But if they didn't do that, they don't, like my brother said, okay, they're not gonna have a credit in their life until they die, and we're not gonna accept them anywhere. We're gonna harm them anywhere they go. You go to Baragazal, we're gonna harm you. You go to Nasser, we're gonna harm you. You go to Juba or Ye or Malakal or whatever, we're gonna harm you. South Sudanese, Sudan, they're gonna harm you one day, and we're gonna catch you, and we're not gonna harm you to kill you. We're gonna harm you and put you to the court law. Okay. But if you apologize to South Sudanese people and they did a great job, we're gonna give them credit and we're gonna forgive them. That is forgiveness. I can see it under Mountain Sudan, because I'm tired with it. And thank you very much. I'll give another people chance.
Brother Duang Manuel.
Yeah, good to see you guys, man.
Good to see you, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi to Majag and Morris.
Yes. How's it going, bro? How are you? It's okay.
Good. Good.
All right. Good. Nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys. I came a little bit late, so if you give me a short explanation. I know it's about forgiveness, but is it forgiveness of our leaders or forgiveness of in general?
Yes. It's about forgiveness. So the topic is you can forgive someone and not trust them again. Now we're talking about forgiveness. Our government, now they reconcile and they live in harmony, right? But in their heart, do you think they forgive each other? Do you think this peace is a genuine peace that everybody's, they're starting a new chapter? Without even keeping something in their heart? Or let's say behind their heart? You know, and how can we forgive one another as Junubin, the 64 tribes?
Yeah, I don't see any forgiveness among the leaders. They haven't forgiven each other, and there's no genuine agreement. The agreement has never been genuine from the beginning. It's never been a real agreement. It's all fake, and it's all about positions and power sharing.
Right.
And you can see even the time during the negotiations, it was the agreement was imposed on the people. It was imposed on the people negotiating, the parties to the agreement. They were forced to sign. They were intimidated by national security in Sudan, in Khartoum. That's why Thomas Cirillo and those other guys left, because those guys have principles. They're fighting for a real cause. But the people who just want positions are the ones who signed and went to Juba, you know. So as you saw last time in Khartoum when Salva Kiir refused to shake Riek Machar's hand. Remember?
Yes.
You see?
Yeah.
So there's no forgiveness there. There's no forgiveness among them. And Kiir is just buying time with the peace agreement. And in terms of forgiveness among South Sudanese, I don't see any true reconciliation happening while Salva Kiir and Riek Machar are in power. The only way we can reconcile and have truth, reconciliation, and healing is when Salva Kiir and Riek Machar are out of power, and we have new people we need new people who have no problem with each other, a new generation, different leaders, a whole new president, new vice president, new MPs, new cabinet, new ministers, and then I believe that time that's when we can have true reconciliation and healing among ourselves, and then we can build trust. Especially like the Dinka and the Nuer, for example, there's a lot of bad things that happen from going back 1983, going back. We have to go back and have like real truth, reconciliation, and healing because every time there's an agreement signed, it's just between the leaders, and they kill people. Both sides kill people, and we don't address the root causes. Like people sign agreement and then something come up again, fighting again, and then revenge, because there's no justice. There's no accountability.
Right.
And so I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. The only hope that I had was the unified forces. If the forces are unified, and then people go to the streets in Juba, the unified forces would defend the people, and then they could remove the government.
Yes.
But now we have Matiang Anyor, we have the White Army, we have SPLAIO. It's all divided. We have just militias, so nothing can change. We can never remove the government. It's only by uprising, people's revolution. When people go to the street, that's when we can do it. I believe we can do it, but it's only there's a fear, and there's a lack of unity. There's no unity of the forces. And I spoke to somebody on the ground, one of my relatives. He told me that the soldiers are saying that it's only that they united. When they united, when there's unification of the forces, they'll remove these guys. But the government is dragging their feet. They don't want to unify the forces.
The army.
So that's the army. The army. So if we have a unified national army that's trained and graduated, and then people go to the street.
The question is: did the army they accept to forgive one another? Are they living in harmony? Did they really forgive one another from the bottom of their heart? Well, there's no trust, Lisa.
Well, that's supposed to be part of the process of the unification. They're supposed to be oriented and trained and given that they're supposed to go through that process. It's all in the agreement, but it's not being implemented. That chapter. So that's our only hope for change. I know forgiveness is a big topic. It depends on which forgiveness. We're talking about the leaders. This is about the leaders. But if it's about forgiving a brother or someone, maybe I can say something else.
Okay, last question, then I'll give it to Uncle Gigi Lam. What about in terms of us, South Sudanese that are living in diaspora? Do you think, do we have the spirit of forgiving one another, or still, Lisa, we still have issues because of what had happened in our Sudan, in our country?
Yeah, we need reconciliation. We need to accept. True reconciliation and healing is when I accept what I've done wrong to you. You tell me I did something wrong to you, and I accept it and say, yeah, I did wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I tell you what you did wrong to me, and then you acknowledge it. We both acknowledge it, and then we can go through there. And the communities in the diaspora are divided because a lot of atrocities happen, like a lot of killings. Right. And then South Sudanese have a culture of generalization, like I remember when I was in Vancouver, there was a guy from, I don't know if he was from Nasser or wherever. He didn't want to talk to me. He didn't want to greet me because of what happened in 2013.
Wow.
But I was probably the first Dinka that condemned it. Wow. I condemned what happened to Nuer in 2013. I condemned it. But that's a problem. That's one problem that we have in our society. We generalize. If somebody does something, they say that the whole tribe did it.
Exactly.
And then they forget about the good relation that I have with you and between us here in the diaspora. Like we can be friends with someone here, and then somebody can just say, "You Dinka did this, you Dinka did that." But it's not me. I don't support Salva Kiir. I never supported Kiir since 2005. I never supported Salva. So, and
thank you, Brother Dwang. Thank you so much. Let's give a chance to our elder brother, our Uncle Gigi Lam. Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm very delighted. I'm so pleased for the last speaker, and he has stated a lot that has a link to everyday problem in South Sudan. And I would extend my saying to the viewers, the platform of family common sense, and this issue you are discussing, even though I haven't got a clue all about, the common sense is about building the society and asking themselves, how can we raise our children and how can we direct them? It's a part about family common sense. And I really thank the host, Gailam. You're the leader of tomorrow youngs, and therefore you have to ignore all those things. The audience, you are the host. You make this platform to be performable. Without you, there's nothing that we could do. This show is for you, and this is where we come to learn from one another. And I thank you all those who are exist in this panel at the moment, and those who are giving their attention to us. And therefore, I don't want to just fool in, but I have gained a lot of stuff from all the people who follow themselves and give a lot of good opinion. But could you give me what is the topic? Because I already have an idea, but I don't want to jump before. Sure. And thank you.
Sure. The topic is about forgiveness. Can you forgive someone and not trust them? And the same thing, we link it to the problem that happened in our country. Our leaders now, they reconcile, and seems like there's a peace, but is it a genuine peace? Are they really forgiving one another from the bottom of their heart so that they can move us forward? That's the question. Another thing, we give an example like somebody like Waniga, the vice president. He went back to his people. Do you think they will forgive him, or they will not forgive him? And that's the question that I asked, and then three of our brothers, they have answered the question. So now we want to hear your point of view when it comes to forgiveness. And for us in diaspora, do we really forgive one another, or are we still divided?
Yeah. Yes, I would just to say thank to all, brother, my age mate, and uncle, and the brother son around the panel. The brother son, the future is yours. You have to challenge the behaviors before I come to the question. According to the view I can view on the screen, you are all young and you are all youth. And the future is yours. As the normal state in where the society all by two people, young and older. Therefore, the future is yours. You have to carrying such a debate is most welcome. As I heard from the young brother, Scott said, since the event of 2013 occurred, most friends, they don't want to greet him because what it seems connect to where related background, which is wrongly, shouldn't be taken that way. Why I just bring this forward? Guys, let us wake up. The system that controls the world is a policies of containment. What is going on in our country, it won't make sense to you, but you have to think deeply, and then you rebut it later on. What killing her, they know those guys who are ruling. Is somebody behind the shadow driving the drones that food the heart would look like your uncle is speaking now, but inside there, there's nothing that is concerning about you. I don't want to go far. This is what it's not about Dinka and Nuer. Yes, there is so many events happen, right? Because our people, they are being traumatized. Sinbak, the struggle we get since 1889. That is the dream that I still remember. But it's not about this show. I just trying to give you a call to just reflect. It's not about Dinka and Nuer. But within how there is people who are very smart and people who are traditionally connected. And then within these two people, they describe themselves in a certain way. I don't want to go there. But in that framework, there is a lot we need to do. Yes, I come to a question of forgiveness. This is what I love about your show, Gailam. Forgiveness, there is two ways. When you forgive, in order to, it's not because you don't have a feeling of something hurt you, but you need to move forward.
Yes.
In order to change things. And then you put it. And then what happened, you will take it as a frame of improvement to prevent something similarity, it won't occur again. And there is another type of forgiveness when you acknowledge the reality. When you acknowledge and you say sorry, therefore, the other side that put blame on you, they will say, okay, what can we do? Could we going to do the same thing? They will now have justification. There is nothing that can be rolled back again. Now the person has, he acknowledged the situation. Let us leave that behind and let us look for other alternatives. These are scenarios that I see, which is very important for forgiveness. If, for example, we have to be honest. 2013 is related to 1991. And 1991, what make it to be hatred is a link correlated to a manipulative way our people don't speak the truth. Therefore, if people speak the truth, there is a time to give apology, and no one want to acknowledge. And when I just put in this side, because as I say to you, you're the leader of tomorrow. You have to conquer the fears, and you have to confront it. And we have to learn to say, sorry, I've done. Because there is no world that would be lead with defensive response. But the world can be lead when we acknowledge things that happen, but we have to resolve to define why this thing happened. Why I say the correlating to 1991 is being politicized and being tribalized. Because of what? Because of the entity who related, connected to the external force, and then our people, they have that ego, which some people will not easily discover. That we are in the mess. Because in 1991, the same thing scenario happened in 2013. Because are those who are in political arena who disagree. The idea the whole of Sudan the new Sudan and the idea of self-determination, which is come along. When it becomes dividing lines, what happened from each location? For example, the time when it happened, Kribina Kwanyin was there, Rong Sonarok was there, and there is so many more, even from whatever region. But it happened, whoever had the leadership, there is thing happened behind there. Instead of picking where the mistake happened, now because they need to
His network or something? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Maybe his network or something. Okay, Yai, brother Yai, welcome. Can you unmute yourself?
We cannot hear him.
Okay, now we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I just unmuted myself. Yeah, well, first of all, let me greet all of you guys, Jamal. And guys, glad this topic here is a very good topic. You know, I was waiting, you know, for the time you bring a good topic like this because it end Jamhur Bardo, you know what I'm saying? And maybe Nas Katir they don't see that, but I myself see it, you know, because you come up with great topics, just like this one that you did came up with today. So, Alan, you know, like it's the question, Bisalu, hey, you know, and of course it's even though أنا ممكن بس نجيب اسمه شنو رواندا. ده طبعا يا ناس بيتكلموا عنه حتى في جامعات كلهم زاروا. You know, people talk about you know كيف بلد ده you know وصل لمرحلة بتاع forgiveness and of course I believe trust also. It's possible. زي ما بقول لك you know there's nothing يعني ما في حاجة مستحيل بالعربي you know وبعدين أننا أبناء بلد واحد you know وغلط ده بيحصل you know it's something known but if we keep on dwelling in it ما يصلح حاجة الناس اللي كتلوم و أرد ده كمل ناس كتير so forgiveness will definitely be the you know ده هيكون the aim for the next generation. Of course, right now, this generation, especially our leaders, it's going to be difficult, but we want to teach the generations that are coming up, you know, how we made mistakes, you know, and we shouldn't, you know, يعني ما نعمل encourage للناس الجايين أطفال ما شافوا أننا, you know, like المشاكل اسمه شنو السبب لنا مشاكل حقنا بتاع لما ياو نشوف بعض زول من هنا وزول من هناك you know this next generation ناس اللي ما شافوا المشكلة الأول you know those are who we need to focus on as elders you know بيقولوا عليكم برضو as juniors you need to ناس برضو ياو أنينا ديل you know to teach our kids that you know if mistake happen that's why we're like this but actually we're just one people you know so that that should be the language you know but of course right now forgiveness with the leaders that are ruling us today I believe it's just gonna be a bit difficult because you know we already know you know what you know like Zol al-Mojo you know like you might have some leaders that lost their kids you know or lost their best friend you know to something that's just you know like حاجة تافهة زي ما بيقولوا بالعربي so they cannot forgive but their kids you know of course will forgive because they don't know how that person meant like a friend. You know, if you lose a friend, you know, like if your dad lose a friend, you know, it's not gonna hurt you as somebody that used to, you know, call that your dead friend uncle. You know, so المهم أنا you know, like, not to kind of confuse everything up here, is that forgiveness will be very hard at this current moment. حتى ذات التغيير بتاع حكومة القبيل قاعد نتكلم فوق ده. I believe my brother هنا قبيل يتكلم قال unified forces, you know, and then we should go out there and demonstrate and stuff like that. I believe those are very not doable in في بلد بتاعنا, you know, في وقت الحالي. You know, this is something that I wanted to just say. صبر قال لك طيب بالعربي. الصبر طيب. وبعدين جماعتنا ناس كبار. I believe, like, what in you think 20 more years هم هيكونوا قاعدين لهسه قصدي في السلطة, you know, ربنا يطول لهم امورهم. Of course, you know, I'm not saying, you know,
5 more years. Yeah.
But no, let me just say this, you know. But yeah, so let's right now let's focus on, you know, building trust among the new generation. Nas al Kubar, of course, you know, it's gonna be difficult. When in the culture, you know, when you try to tell somebody that's older than you, تقول له يا أخي في غلط هنا, زول أنا مراكد لو ما أدى زول كف, you know, بزعل معك شديد. So it's gonna be very difficult. This is one thing I know. So you know, I don't have much to say anyway, but it will happen. You know, Rwanda did. You know, why not us? We are one. You know.
So yeah, you're saying it will be difficult for us to forgive one another?
Balad, yeah. Balad Bitana, we will build it. This is one thing I know.
Yeah, guy, أنا في حاجة كده داير أعملها. Can I conclude something? I will go. I can give chance to another people.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, brothers, all of you. Yeah, what I'm gonna say, we need to focus for something. The topic, your topic is forgiveness. We are South Sudanese as citizens. We know what happened. And what who caused it, we know. The bad boys, they cause it. And they make us hate each other until now. And everybody know it right now in broadcast or any show, whatever, somebody blaming somebody point the finger to anybody, tribe to tribe. But the people, they make that cause from 1991, 13, 18, whatever, 83 or 86. Right now they're laughing together and they're sharing the food together. What you are a citizen South Sudanese thinking, they leave you alone, fuck yourself off, and we are here together. And right now we hate each other together, tribe by tribe, Gabila by Gabila, Ashire by Ashire. That's what they leave it to us. We are a South Sudanese citizen. We need to be smart enough. We need your topic here. We need to address this topic. Forgive each other. We are a citizen, not the government. We're not talking about government. Government already, they forgive each other because they are together already. If they put you in position, everybody put you into position, what he need, they are together. They don't care. They don't have forgiveness. If you get position, go to doctor or go to Lua or go to Malazim, they give it to you, it's okay. That's it. You're done. You know? That's what they're looking for. So we are a citizen, we still fighting here. We still, yeah, guy, I have to take the guys fi Ena. And Ena Zara Malian. Ena Malian Gash, you want to take it from my eyes. Come on, man. We are South Sudanese. We need to take together. How we going to sit together? We need to respect our tongue. We need to know how we're talking, to come together, to appreciate together, and see the problem, why we hit each other. Why we hit each other, Anamijak, I know it, is a government. He put the chaos to us, among us. That is the problem in South Sudan right now. But we are South Sudanese citizens. We are a victim, and we are insecurity in South Sudan. What corner in South Sudan doesn't they have a marat, or they have a tower, or they are security, or they have not have problem right now? Any corner, any citizen of South Sudan can tell me that one. Any corner in South Sudan, the whole South Sudan, any Gabayel to South Sudan, 64 or 75. Everybody tired. Every mountain taban fi University Sudan. Because why? Our leaders, they put us there. And they put chaos among us. That is the problem. Kafa, what I want to request from South Sudanese people, the game in the government. The government right now, they sit down, they eat together in the hotels. They like each other. They are J1 or J2 or J4. They are together right now. They love each other. They share everything other. And we still suffering. A non-gunman, and we still suffering. Asada Zama Basarafum, we still suffering. The Gatra Mabsarafum, we still suffering. We don't have a road to go to Bantu, to go to Juba, to go to Arang, to go to Miyom, to go to Malut, to go to anywhere. We still suffering. We are South Sudan. To go to Murle or to go to Bor, we still suffering right now. All South Sudan, we still suffering. That way we need to unite, and we need to understand who caused this problem. The cause problem is the leaders, is SPLM, SPLA. Is a Riek Machar, is a Kir Mayadit, is a Waniga, is all of them. I didn't mention some Deng Alor or whatever, or Godman of America, Pagana Mom, all of them, they cause this problem. Nyandeng or whatever. All of them, they cause this problem. And who paid right now? We are a citizen of South Sudan. Every corner of South Sudan, we pay. Munu to guide kullakum gari fi prakas with a guy right now. Munu abu wal umu wal ahlu mataban. Munu ahlu under in the security right now in South Sudan. Who? Nobody. We are all right now until your view is يعني الناس المحاضرين كلهم ما في أي corner of Junub Sudan security until now. Why we don't come together and find out and complain and tell them we need security in South Sudan? That's our priority. We need that. Priority Btana is security. Whole South Sudanese to be purity. عشان حبوبتك يمشي يزرع خضرة في ظهر البيت بتاعه ما في زول يمشي يحبشه. That's what we need in South Sudan. And then we're going to be all right. كفا شكرا. أنا بخلي فرصة لأخواني وأنا بمشي. أنا عندي حاجة دايما أعملها وشكرا جزيلا. Thank you very much, brothers. And you can bring another one. You can have a chance. And thank you.
Thank you. Brother Gigi, have not even finish up. And
yes,
then we have Peter Billiu. I'm gonna put the timing. I will put 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes each. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So, just been cut off. Technology has become so very smart enough. What I just remind us when I speak about 1991, we have to confront the reality. Because hatred will not take us forward. As I am appealing to you guys, future is yours. Forgiveness is good. When we acknowledge I'm the wrongdoing and I say yes, you will be able to forgive me. You am not ready to say it. I did something while you guys viewing that thing I did wrong. It will be hard to forgive. That's what I just trying to bring to our attention, because forgiveness is when we acknowledge things. That forgiveness is truthful and truthful. But you cannot forgive. When you forgive a person, when you asking for forgiveness and they don't acknowledge, that forgiveness is meaningless. Like I just give, for example, correlate to what happened in 1991. Dr. Riek come out, no one respond. Because that thing has been swallowed in, we don't know whatever. What I'm just trying is a part of education, as most of you view this topic of forgiveness is fruitful. Therefore, let us acknowledge whether it's bad, let us accept and let we move forward. Because we will not change what happened, but we can change things when we leave it behind what happened and let we move forward. Especially you, the youngest. Correction is a way forward. Therefore, as if you look back to the Bible, there is 2 books was a content of forgiveness. If you go to Corinthians 1 and 2, there is forgiveness there. Sometimes when you forgive the person that did wrong to you, God will deal with it. And I would urge you guys, the leader that you view their face as your brother, but I don't think they are working for our interests. As I said, there is an involvement of external force in their leadership, but this is not what part of the topic. I just throw it there. Forgiveness is a way forward. You guys, you have to oppose to us with the elder. There's nothing wrong to say, Uncle, this is not the way. When you explain to me,
Mark chapter 11.
Okay. Therefore, I would just say, guys, forgive yourself for what we mislead you. You, the youngest, forgive. You all know the history. Most of you, you've been around and you know. You start from this platform or others platform. Forgive yourself, the youngest. Future is yours. You, the leader of tomorrow. As it said, the future is young and the older. Now is your time. Don't bother about us. Start to forgive for what we're misleading you for. Start and asking why can we continue that way. Therefore, what I could just put into just brother, son, all of you, whether you are Dinka, Latuka, whatever, forgive yourself. If we follow this systematic, the future is bleak. And I say it's a good topic. And don't wait the leader or your uncle to say forgiveness and then we follow. No, you, the youngest, just wake up and forgive yourself and move on with life. And then you come back to us, uncle, you lost. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brother Gigi, Uncle Gigi. Now let's turn to Brother Peter Billiu.
Yes, brother guys, and the rest of you that are listening. Good evening to you. It depends where you are. If you are in Australia, I would say good morning to you. Depends. Yes, I have been off social media for a while. One of the reasons that brought me back was the topic itself when I heard this question centering forgiveness. And that's when I was listening, and it touched the topic that I really dearly think that's something that we should be discussing. In the teaching of Christ, the book of Matthew talk about forgiveness, and Jesus state, if you cannot forgive your fellow human beings, God will not forgive your sin. You must forgive one another. So forgiveness is the teaching of Christ. Whether you read the Old Testament you would realize that Adam and Eve were kicked out of the Garden of Eden when they break the command that they were commanded not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and bad. Then God forgave them. And God sent his own son to reconcile the world to himself through Christ. You know, we can just take some of the country that fought each other. I live in the United States, and Comrade Guides, I know you live in Georgia, and I don't know the rest of you where you live. In this country that we currently live in, we had a civil war where the Americans were fighting each other. When they decide enough is enough, they forgive each other and they move on. That's why we are here today. It happened to our neighboring country, Rwanda. I think all of you, you're old enough. What had happened in 1994, the genocide that took place in Rwanda. People of Rwanda had decided, for the sake of their country and for the sake generation to come, they embraced peace and they reconciled themselves. That is why now Rwanda is one of peaceful country in Africa, because leader had to step in and decide to let God be the judge to those who kill their own brothers. We can text, there are so many examples we can relate to what had happened to our country. Whether you read Western civilization, you would read some of the wars the European had among each others. Why would we cannot reconcile? Well, let me go to topic itself. You know, one of the most important things for the sake of discussion, we as human beings sometimes, I treat people like the way that I want to be treated. It is very difficult as a human character to forgive a person who has not acknowledged what he has done wrong. That is very difficult. Yes, you can forgive. The way that I do things, I have been the victims that people have done things wrong, you know, for whatever reason. When I decide to forgive and let them go, I look at, if you keep something in your mind, either you will be planning or taking retribution that would consume part of your energy planning, and you don't even know that retribution you want to take, what is going to get you. You know, sometimes I decided I would rather let things go and forget it like it did not happen. Does it mean if you forgive person, are you going to trust? Because that was the point that I heard. If you forgive person, are you still going to trust him? I would say it is based on individual that you have forgiven. We as human beings, we make some mistake. The person can make mistake and you can correct it tomorrow. If you totally change and become a different person, and whoever forgives you can learn that, you know, that might have been a mistake. Maybe what you did was not intentional. Then you can be trusted again. Because your character and the way that you do things, that would make the person forgive you, trust you again. You see, we the human being will make, you know, mistake. There is nobody among us will say that you're perfect. There might be the area where, you know, you might have some weaknesses, but there's some good part of you and there's some bad part of you. Yes, I would trust somebody who have done something wrong to me based on the change that I have seen. You can make yourself as a better person and you can make yourself a worse person. The choices is in an individual. Like we have criminals that spend most of their time in jail. And some, when they got out of jail, if they decide they don't want to commit the same crime that took them to jail, they can change and become a better people. That's just why in our justice system, people are given chance. If it is first time you commit mistake, you're given probation to see if you're going to learn from the mistake. And then you would have the counselor, somebody that will explain to you what you had done is wrong. And if you admit it, yes, I knew it is wrong, it was a mistake, I'm not going to do it. If it is first time, you might not going to spend time in jail. You're released under probation to observe if you really mean what you had to say. And if you go back to your normal way of doing things, you don't do anything wrong again, and then you are forgiven, and people see that you have changed. The issue of South Sudan, it is we as the diaspora that I believe our united voice can bring change to people of South Sudan. The brother that spoke before me had mentioned some of the most important points, that we have the leaders. Our leaders have nothing to offer in terms of politics. They offer division, and it's incited violence and instigator. So what they offer is division. Sometimes when you have a country like South Sudan, where majority of people are not educated, you can confuse them simply. You can take the message and twist it, but this group has said this because they don't know. Some investigation. They don't have. You see, they don't investigate things. You can go and say whatever you want to say, and your people will listen. If we convey a message of unity, a message of love, a message of forgiveness to our constituencies, South Sudan would be better placed. Brother guys, this coming weekend, I'm scheduling a meeting, and I would love also you going to be a part of it. He's going to be a part of that meeting. He's facilitated by one of the American missionaries. He's meeting mostly particular with the people of Afanal concerning some of the security issue. That's one of the reasons. If you could inbox me your telephone, I will send to you the links. We're going to have the meetings on Sunday. That there will be, you see all the communities up and out. The issue will be reconciliation. If we can move forward, person like yourself is fit to be a part of that group. So that's the only thing that I can contribute, brother. And I'm so delighted to see this show based on the names and the people that I have seen come from different parts of South Sudan. We're going to start it this coming Sunday. It will be based on Afanal issue, and then we will move on to South Sudan. We want all diaspora of South Sudan to come together. This is what I said. If you have not been, I've been off social media for a while. Some of the things that when I had my own show, if let's say Brother Morris, let's say he's a Salva Kiir son, I would not blame you, brother, for a mistake of Salva Kiir, whether you're a Salva Kiir son. That my blaming goes on the person that I had voted for in 2009 and has failed us. I am Nuer. You cannot blame me for failure of Riek Machar. يعني لما نعمل نفس في بلده مثلا لو عندك جنة والجنة بقى عنده 18 سنة إن شاء الله لسه لو جنة عمل غلط ما بيجي بدخله في السجن بيمشي له الحاجة الكلام ده ما في. You see أنا لما نسمع ناس بيقول دينك عمل كده نوير عمل كده الكلام ده يا جماعة ما صار. ربنا جابنا هنا في أمريكا عشان نجي نعلم نشوف how the Western people and the white people live. You know, sometimes our being here for me, I related to the history of Israelites. What happened to Moses when Moses was raised and how the kings of Egypt. And then God was able to gave him a task to lead Israelites out of Egypt. So this is the first world. If we don't learn from here, there is no places where we're going to learn. You see, let's embrace our unity. Al-Dinka Alainada, Ana indi halti katolo ina fi Juba. And if you come where I live, I have a lot of Dinka friends. I speak Dinka. Ana kuna alam san Dinka. Fi zaman kuna fi ark. I cannot blame the Dinka ma kan fi mushakala lasa. It was a leadership failure from Riek and Salva. A late foot blaming those two individuals. See, that's the only way we can fix South Sudan problem. They are right behind. What is the result now? They are sitting at the same table. They are laughing. You see? So let's say no to them. Let us, embrace our unity. Let's put South Sudan first. You cannot build a peaceful South Sudan where it's politics based on the tribes. You see, it's actually completely a tribal politic is a politic that can destroy the country. You see, Obama had said when he went to his father country that if something is a part of your culture, doesn't mean you're going to keep it. If you're going to permit certain tribe, that is a sign that that country is going to fall apart. So, Anabagul, let's come together at Genovine. Nanchi Nagder and Helen Mushaka Lasa. Wait a bit, Hana in Bagdad gives a lot of I can assure you, I'm in Jonglei. We as a people of Jonglei, mostly when it comes to all Nyarawang Dish and greater counties between we have a good relation. It was before the war started. And that relation is still continuing up to today. You see, 2012 up to 2013, and I was the chairman of Jonglei community. So everything was fine. And I'm going to embrace the unity between so let me yield my time to the rest of the comrade Alum Gadil.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brother Peter Billiu. Now we are going to drop people off. Lana Bagalena, 30 minutes. So let's start with Morris. You have your 5 minutes. But I'm going to tell us one by one because of our show is only 2.5 hours, so we have 28 minutes exactly.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for those gentlemen come and speak. Thank you so much. We all feel it as a chapter Junubin. We don't have no problem with each other. We've been in different countries. We stay in Egypt. Me and Lam. Up to today, Lami doesn't know where is my tribe, but we stay together as a brother. We don't have no discrimination. Gebila de Kida or Gebila de Kida. Junub Sudan do one thing. What they do for mistakes, the number one is when we have our independent, we should have guidelines for those people are fighting each other. We support to bring all the 64 tribe elders in one place to encourage them and put it something in written about those Gabayal al can fight because of animals things. They're Mafrukan Namul fi 2011 after when we get our independence. To bring the old Salatin there to discuss those things, to eliminate the issue of the stealing the bagger, Murlebe stealing kids, and where Dinka be Shakilas and Kalam Tabgar. Those things, if we didn't fix this issue, we never have no peace among ourselves. Why? Because this is the dangerous life that we are living on. We can respect the cow more than a person. You can take the life of one of the Southern Sudanese person because of cow. You can do that. So if we could put the law in written, that it could benefit all of us, 64 tribes in South Sudan. Can ma haja smu gebila de chakil de gebila de darab de gebila de amulkida. Wala fizol kanendu militia. Forgiveness فعلا بيجي في حاجات زي ده. Forgiveness انه اساسا ناس كان بشكل من بيتي والناس جابوا كل 30 كتب في محل والناس كل يصلوا واي واحد بيسلم في يده السلام تا each one another زي الناس بلعب كوره الكابتن بيجيب نادي الكابتن بيسلموا على ما سنون بلعب كوره. So كوره ده سن بلعب بسلام. So we are the one who created the problem for ourselves from the beginning. San kida anno asasan vice president was brought it as another Riek Machar was Salva Kiir into mushkil. Mean is so we don't need to go there. But I have just 5 minutes. You guys speak all clear. Nihna Junub Sudan, Ashab, it doesn't have no problem with each other. Nasal kan fi Jolgaba wal Shunu al-Man muta'allam, nihna kullu Ashab wahid. We are Ashab wahid. Al-Mushakil al-Bakruid asa fi Nusana is elders, those are criminals, those as anage support monta, SPLM. SPLM, they can we take it out from our list. Junub Sudan, we're going to have peace. But then if we brought our Salatin Kulu together, that will bring peace. Can if we have unified army in the country, it will protect our people. If you have security in the country, it will be forgiveness. Like we don't have those states. We have all militias. So there's no peace is going to come out in Sudan until those leaders all they're not there. Can be drop, can be fight. But this alam beji lenas. Zoltani beji min hinak clean. You can be fight to be for the interest of yourself. You need to be the president. You have to be president of Southern Sudanese all general. You need to be the president of Republic of Southern Sudan to save the life of citizens. Now they're suffering. So there's no peace can come. You have every corner in all area of the Southern Sudan. Everybody die every day. Abyei people die. Yei people are dying everywhere, east, west, where? So how the peace is gonna come? Those we are talking. We are out here. We are united. Even we meet in the party, whatever is. We are peaceful people. We never create no problems. We're respecting each other. But the problem is back home. They'll be given fitan. Because when you hear your cousin man, brother take Katolo, or take Katolo, Mara take Katolo, Jena take Katolo. So what do you feel by yourself here? Even we are staying here, we are crying every single day. For what? We cry for the peace. And those people, they don't have no idea what is the peace thing. People went always to the Rome and Pope give them whatever is message. It's true message that to leave the things behind and move forward with a good faith. But these people, they don't have no faith. When you don't have no faith, you don't have no peace. Even you can't forgive no one. Riek Machar, the Salva Kiir, all they fight for their self-interest. And if you fight for your self-interest, your country never move nowhere. Look there, Dar es Salaam. President come there, fight for the shop. People, government, who will work with the shop in the ground. What happened? Bring the peace in the country. Because Al-Khan be suffer, biga mage suffer al-Berkab Khan Bas, biga Berkab Abbas Nedif. Al-Khan bemshi be Kura, o ligo shoko. So, they mustaqbal ta yal fitana. Alasa Shabab al-Katolum, Zenas Garbino. Katolum, they're intelligent. Le Katolum, because those people, they don't like you if you're intelligent. They don't want the future generation to grow. A little water, when you water the plant, and that plant, if you didn't water it, it will shrink. But if you water it, it will grow up. They are plant the who are generation bitak. Kanta mage support mon, maga to help mon, maga to save mon, clean water, school, hospital, share. Al-Mahala Bezra Koga Abuwan, Al-Darem Shias Al-Bezra Beji, Bukashapto Viras Beji, will be good state. There's no Salam Beji. There's no. Nazel repent, Kanata forgiveness, Nazel Kulu, Der Limu Kulu Sanatin Tabelet Kulu, Asanumon Bogot Beruguba,
as a woman, we repent for these people to bring the peace in Junub Sudan. We can save. Yes.
Ashan Zaman, our time we remain with 20 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Brother Duan.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I feel honored to be on the same panel with Peter Bilio, because I see him on different platforms, and I always like the things that he says. So I feel privileged to be on the same panel with him. And yeah, and yeah, just to finish up, yeah, what I can say is that good leaders unite people and bad leaders divide people. And the situation we have in South Sudan is a failure of leadership. That's why the people are divided. And we have insecurity, we have a lot of hatred among the tribes, because the leaders, bad leaders, keep the people divided by inciting violence against each other, you know. And forgiveness will come when we have a new government, when we have new leadership, when the Riek Machar and Salva go. And I believe that they've done their part in the liberation struggle. When they started in 1983, they were probably the same age as us, and they still want to continue up to now. So I believe change will come with new leadership. We'll have truth, reconciliation, and healing when we have a new government. And forgiveness is possible. Like even me, for example, I've forgiven people who've done terrible things to me, unforgivable things, and it's part of life. You can forgive someone, and you can only forgive someone who's acknowledges their mistake. That's the main thing. That's the most important thing, for somebody to acknowledge what they've did wrong. And like I said earlier, I explained a lot earlier about truth, reconciliation, and healing. So if someone accepts that they've done wrong, you can forgive them. And if somebody keeps repeating the same thing again, then that's when you can't forgive someone, of course. Just like our leaders in South Sudan, they can't forgive themselves. So they need to go, and they need to give us a chance to reconcile and come together like we did before. My last message is for us in the diaspora not to allow what's happening in South Sudan to affect us, because we're educated and we're civilized, you know. I can give an example, like me and you, for example, here now. This is Dinka and Noel. We have no problem. I have no problem with you. You have no problem with me. But back home, there's tribal fighting, but it's nothing to do with us. And even your brother Chwal used to come and visit us in London. We have no problem. He's our friend. He used to come and stay with us. We spend time there. So we should stop the culture of generalization.
Absolutely.
Yeah, culture of generalization is a big issue. Like I said in the comments earlier, that generalization is the biggest killer in South Sudan. People generalize. So we need to change that. So yeah, that's all I can say for tonight. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Brother Duan. You have said it all, man. Thank you. I hope to see you again next week.
Yeah.
With a different topic.
Definitely. Okay.
Good to see you, Brother Yay.
Okay,
Good to see you, brother. You take care.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Brother Yay, it's your turn.
All right, guys. I believe we did great today, actually. And like I said, you know, like normally here on social media, or many people said that we agree to disagree sometimes, you know. So I respect everybody else's opinion on how they believe that the government has failed, and or the president has failed the country. Of course, without looking at those that were working with him, you know, which includes people that most of us here like, you know, like if you ask today, maybe Finas Bugulek, you know, this governor is doing great. and stuff like that. But they're all part of this government that we should be, and it brings about the question, like let's say, for example, if we just choose right now to say, you know what, we don't want any of the leaders. We don't want Riek. We don't want President Salva Kiir. We don't want Wani. We don't want just the whole SPLA, SPLM. Okay. Now the question is, who, and I believe many people has asked this, who, like, and I think when we ask this question, we're not really realistic. Sometimes we just say, you know what, it's just like a person who says, I don't want to, do such and such that benefits him and benefits others also. But not knowing, like, okay, once you do that, what then, because currently, normally when you decide to remove a government, you have another opposition that's doing great. Not the opposition that just happened to be born from the same one, because right now, if you look at even, like there's Riek got IO, like he never took off SPLM or SPLA, like he didn't come with a whole nother name. And if you look at, we got FDs, former detainees, those are also part of, and then if you, even PLP, whoever, all these people, they are all within that's why it's so easy for them. Once you tell them, man, come back, everybody's ready with his heart open. We don't have anybody that's just brand new that we could all align with, and be like, you know what, we're tired of all these people that came from the same shoe. We need another shoe, because I'm using a shoe like, just an example, and really, sometimes, like you don't want boots all day. We want sneakers. Yeah. We want a job. We want to do things like that. So anyway, not to disagree with a lot of people that much, but we need, when we come up with, like, we don't want the two, or we don't want the whole SPLM, SPLA. We need to speak on who we got that we can put to lead us, because it sounds like a joke in the ears of many. Myself, it sounds just like it's unthinkable, but we don't have anybody else. No Riek, no Kir, no any other people over there. I believe even just when you sit down and relax yourself, you will find out that this is impossible. So, but to go back to the trust and the reconciliation, brother Guy, it will happen. We are brothers. We already married each other. We have people from just all of South Sudan. We in a marriage. There's like, nothing can stay for forever to keep us, just because our elders, had fought each other. No, because then your cousin will be your age, your cousin who is from Equatoria or from Nuer, if you are a Dinka, and you will have a cousin, just like these cousins, you guys all will grow together, and then what will happen? Who will you try to fight here? So I know our unity is there. It will happen. It's coming, and just after this generation, leaves, this generation that's leading us, when they leave, and we are great. Rwanda, like, we mentioned here earlier, Rwanda, I believe, it cannot even, we have great heart. As Southern Sudanese, we have great heart, so Rwanda came, and right now people talk about the development of Rwanda and things and all that. We will even surpass that, and I promise you will see that. If we pray to God, to give us more life, for us to witness our unity and what we will do as united force. You know, this is gonna be there because I myself, guy, I know you are Nuer. I have an auntie. I have even my uncle. You know, Ding Ding Akon.
Yes.
You know Ding Ding Akon, right?
Yes.
He's like Riek Machar's vice president. You know, he's from Owil, you know, and that's my uncle, you know, and he's married to I just, you know, can't recall her name right now, but she's from she's from Nuer, and right now she has a position in Owil, you know, she has even though she's from Nuer, you know, but she has a position in Owil in the parliament in Owil, you know. Ding Ding, you know, you guys will know him anyway. So that is my uncle, and so right now those will be my little cousins, you know, the you know, his kids and stuff like that. So, you know, we're in a marriage, man, and our unity will be there. This is one thing I know. You know, just let's not train our little kids also to be like, oh, you know, Dink and Nuer have a problem, and it's been said a long time ago that, you know, Bull, Babul, Banyo, all whatever, you know, that will destroy a lot of things. But we don't want Babul Banyo. We are very fresh. We sit in the house, we cook together, all that, you know. So, anyways, I will not prolong my words, but
thank you, brother Jay.
We'll unite. The young generation will do it.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I hope to see you again next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys have a great night and peace, man. Let's have peace in our heart.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Thank you so much. You take care. Uncle Gigi Lam?
Yes.
I have your 5 minutes. And then we'll go to
Yes, I'm so delighted for all things that are being outlined. The youngest youth, the leader of tomorrow, and forgiveness is a way forward. And sometimes it's good to look, because what called government is a systematic that been driven by those multi-corporation ideologies. Those are models, and they are using is a part of smart colonization. Sorry to say this. What I'm just trying to connect it to it is about the, let us drop, I remember Dr. John always say, let us drop this crazy idea. What about Sudanese? This crazy idea of call Kir and Riek Machar must go. Therefore, we are not honest. Therefore, we are not honest. We have to correct it. I'm not corrected, but in my opinion, let us drop that idea. Because if we are not going to be honest, then we can talk and we can make ourselves wasting time. It won't help. Even God will not forgive us. It's not because I'm from related to whatever the nation, but our tribe is not a problem. We don't have tribalism. Let us, because if we throw them, where do we begin? Where do we start? Therefore, we have to take this gradually, because the one that we vote for referendum, 99% we vote for our independence. But because of the SPLA vacuum, we nominate the leader, right? We cannot take we have to take the leader and then we remove, and then they follow, and then from there, we have to build on the back of something. Because if we just say, okay, let them go, where do we start? Therefore, let us evaluate, but I'm just trying to put as an opinion. Therefore, the leader has to be accountable, the one that has been elected. There is no point to say, okay, because it shows us we still have a trait of tribalism linked to it. When we say these two people must go. This is a Bai, this is president. The Bai been appointed by the president. And I think that is a common sense. Therefore, the president, if things went wrong, the person must be blamed is the president of the country, not the Bai, because the Bai is appointed by the president. Therefore, it's a word that I can just throw there. Everyone have a common view to reflect on it. What I heard is you young people, yes, forgive things that you may miss or you may be misled by us with the elder. Forgive yourself and move on. And tell us, guys, time is up, 21st century. We're not backward. For me, they're not rival. It's just a matter of systematic manipulative using those tools. But all of us, we are aware. Just work together. Correct one another. When you correct your brother, it's not because you hate your brother when you correct them. But we have that habit. When you're trying to correct one another, it's like you overlook them. But that's not the way. Let us adapt the system. Forgiveness is a way forward. Let us say that confront the fact, the reality, say the truth. As many speakers said, you can't forgive without acknowledgement from the wrongdoing. When the wrongdoing acknowledge they did wrong, it's easy to forgive. As so many, I don't want to go there. You correct yourself, accept what your sister say and your brother. If your brother blame you, that brother who blame you is in love with you. Because the person who blame you, they're trying to alert you something. That is how I view. Let us forgive ourselves. Let us leave the whole system behind. And forgiveness, as it said in those books, there is a lot of book in the Bible. As I just said earlier on, if you look into 2 Corinthians, if you go there, there is a forgiveness. It's a way forward. If you cannot forgive, if you forgive whatever they did to you, God will follow up, and therefore it's a way forward. And Gailam and the audience and the panel, we don't have problem with Junubin, whether Dinka. The only thing that bring Dinka, if you are listen, they're silent. If your uncle do something and you don't support it, just come out and make noise. My uncle, come on. For example, if Kir was a Nuer son, Kir would not exist in that J1. It could have been through a long time ago. But what blame Dinka because they keep on silent? Therefore, I really appreciate Gailam and all the audience and the very smart brother from all corner of Junub, Dinka and Nuer, their cousin, and they're actually family. Therefore, don't keep silent. Your silence will continue to derail us down. Let us wake up these people. Thank you. And I really appreciate Gailam for the time. And have a good, I don't know what time it is to you guys there. From us here, it's actually another day. And thank you for giving me.
12:03 p.m.
Okay, now it's, I think it's almost around, yeah, it's 5 o'clock from us.
Wow.
But because I'm so delighted for the topics, and therefore continue, you guys continue, and I really appreciate.
Thank you so much, Uncle Gigi Lam. Thank you. Brother John, Peter Billow, welcome.
Yes. I thought Gigi Lam lived in the United States. Did he went back home, or I thought he used to live?
Even me too. I thought he's in the U.S.
Yeah, I remember he used to live in Connecticut. I think right now he's in Juba or somewhere. Well,
Yeah.
I really appreciate those who spoke before me and all the good things that they have said. You know, it seemed like we're all on the same page. Nobody opposing the dialogue, nobody opposing reconciliation, and we all agree that it is worse to forgive your fellow human being what they have done wrong. Comrade Santino, yes, we know the Constitution and the way it is written. I have a copy of South Sudan Constitution. You're absolutely right. The president was given an absolute power. You know, there was nothing wrong giving him, but those who wrote Constitution thought it would be helpful for him to have that power so that he would use to, you know, move South Sudan forward. Sometimes a real true democracy in a country where 60% are not educated is not easy. It can be very complicated. That's one of the reasons the SPLM leadership had decided president have to be given absolute power. So I'm pointing to what you have said. There was nothing wrong, but if we realize the power that was given to president has become the issue, but it can be amended because Constitution is not a Bible. It can be amended. In the United States, we have 27 amendments in our Constitution. So Bill of Rights was had and all the good things. Our draft Constitution was written, it's called interim Constitution. It was not a permanent. So it can be amended and we can have the Constitution that we all accept. Right now, let's focus on peace and reconciliation and let's move South Sudan forward. Let Riek and Sulfur finish their time, and then they can give it to the young generation. Whether you, Comrade Santino, you want to run for president, or Brother G. Lums, or myself. If one of us want to move South Sudan forward, we have that freedom. We fought because when we were in the whole Sudan, we, the Christian from South, were not given a right to run for president. That's why John Garang fought for New Sudan, where all of us as a citizen of South Sudan will have a right. That's the only thing that I can say. You know, Brother Lam, I didn't follow some of the topic that you discussed. You're starting from family issue to this piece, and all your topic have been great. I love this piece. It is worth discussing, everything worth trying. And we see, maybe through you, God can bring unity to the people of South Sudan. I'm very optimistic. Our unity can change a lot of things. Keep it up, and God will be with you. I have no much to say because I have already spoken, and I point some of the things that I think, you know, people want to hear. I want to thank you. God will bless you. Continue doing that. People like yourself, you live in North Sudan, you went to school there. You have a, you know, ability of speaking both two languages, Arabic and English, fairly well. You would be the right person who can bring people of South Sudan together. Like one of your friends, I think Mr. Lual, I think he live in England or Australia. I don't know what part of the world he live in. That's the better. We know each other through this social network. So if we now all about that we're in, you know, this platform, we are so glad that we have this social media and technology that allow us to communicate further in place where we, you know, we could not. This kind of communication would have been impossible if it is because of this technology. There is nothing that we cannot solve. If somebody from Africa, from overseas, can be in the same line with us in the United States, dialogue, discussion, talk. You know, they're saying in another language, the house where family talks, they always find a solution to their differences. You can also look at it. If we as South Sudanese, we are honest, we are talking. If I have done something wrong, we correct it and we tell me in front of me, this is wrong. We would be able to live in peaceful South Sudan. We can bring tranquility and create a South Sudan that our children and our grandchildren can benefit from it. So I will yield the time to you. And then thanks you for this wonderful show and all the things that you have been doing. Your show helped a lot because I heard there were a lot of ladies that were there because some of the things that you brought up in the topic that you discussed actually helped some of the families, help make their relationship strong. Because there's a word in Nuer language say "liang right no can." If you listen to what people say, it can serve your life. And also, if the discussion is about family issue and your experience, your ideas, and can even serve people married. So I really want to appreciate what you've been doing, and thanks you.
Thank you so much, brother. I will be talking to you shortly. You know, I will inbox you, then we will talk about Sunday's meeting. Yeah.
All right. Thanks you. I'll take myself off the line, and we will talk.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You take care. Yeah. All right. We come to the end of our show. I thank you all, and I hope that we have learned something from our brothers and sisters in terms of forgiveness. We have to know that nobody's perfect, and nobody that above our God. You know, our God is a wonderful God. Since He forgives us, who are we that we can't even forgive one another? I hope through this discussion today, we're going to rethink. Let's try to rethink and let's try to come together. You know, of course, our past will continue being our past. You know, you cannot change what happened back in the days, but we can control what will come tomorrow. Which means that through forgiveness, we can learn from our past and fix our future. So we all want to join hands together as 64 tribes. Let's put our hand together and forget the past, because the past will always hurt regardless of what we do. Every time when we think about our past, we can, the tears will come out from our eyes because of the things that we have experienced. But in a way, it's okay. It's okay to go through difficulties so that it will keep us strong. It's okay to go through not trusting one another so that tomorrow we can unite together. I thank you all. Please share it with friends and family. There's so many people that are at work now, and when they get off, they want to hear from your point of view. I know and I trust that our Heavenly Father will intervene and will change our mind concept. And through when we talk about forgiveness, you have to admit it from the bottom of your heart that I have wronged my people, I have wronged my loved one, I have wronged my brothers and sisters. So ask God to change, and when God changes our heart, we're going to have a better tomorrow. So please, be part of change. Be part of the development. Be part of the forgiveness. Let's work together for better tomorrow, for better South Sudan, for better nations. And I thank God that we are good nations. We are good people. We still love one another, regardless of our differences, regardless of whatever things we went through, we still love one another. And through that love, let's continue embracing and let's continue doing the good job, the job of reconciliations. Our leaders, they have done their job, whether to put us together or whether to separate us. But what are you going to do different? Up talking about you as South Sudanese people, citizens. What can you contribute to your country? Our leaders, they have done their job as leaders. But if I ask you, what have you done for your nations? Are you a leader or are you a follower? When you choose to be a follower, it means that you have no directions. You can turn in every direction, every angles. For people that love these great nations, let's put our hand together for better tomorrow. We have a bright future. We have a long way to go. But I believe and I trust that you are going to make a difference. I believe that God will touch each and every one of us for better, for prosper, for rebuilding the trust among one another. So many people have done that. So many people, they went through that and they become successful. And we all know the stories of what exactly happening in part of Africa country. They have went through the things that we went through. They even have seen worse than us. So let's learn from our mistakes. Let's not continue the same mistake over and over, because that will not take us anywhere. Please think for better tomorrow. Think for a brighter future for our children. You want to make sure that your children live in a good environment, a safety environment, a peaceful environment. We are all related in one another. In one way or another, we are related. You all have cousins from different angles of South Sudan. Cousins, uncle, nephew, you name it. Nobody would have a power to separate us or to divide us. The only thing that will divide us is death. That's the only thing that can divide us. But as long we love one another, as long we're hoping for a brighter future, you can be part of the change. You can be part of a change. As our time is ended now, I thank you. I'm going to give my brother 2 minutes or 1 minute before I end up. As he's here, maybe he forgets something, and then I will end up the show. Let me give Brother Majak 2 minutes. Brother Majak, welcome back.
Hey, how you doing, man? Your
Good,
show
good.
is still in there, huh? I was watching, I was driving, but it's still alive.
Yeah, I was ending up the show, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good, that's good. I'm sorry about that. It's a good show, man, because I was there a while ago.
Yes.
It's a good show. Yeah, what I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I just wanna and then نخلي مواطنين بتاع جنوب السودان after عيونكم كويس. الليدر بتاعنا يا هو مهاجم وجاني شديد all the time. الليدر بتاعنا يا هو خربونا. So our leaders, they are affecting us. That's what I try to tell you by English or by Arabic. So I try to speak both language in same time, because it's not every South Sudanese can speak English, and it's not every South Sudanese can hear Arabic. So I try to make it everybody can hear it. South Sudan, we are Mu'tinin, we need to be gathering. That is a thing. Forget 1991, 1990 what 18 and what, we need to forget that one. Stop that one. We need to forget it. We know we're suffering. Everybody suffering on it. Every family suffering on it. But we need to forget that one. And let's go forward.
Yes.
Forward. And then there should not any more thing that you Sudan. Then I'm gidam. Jamadel bem should grip. أقل حاجة سلفا كير ما بعمل 5 سنة ثاني، أقل حاجة ريك مشار ما بعمل 7 سنة ثاني، أقل حاجة تابان دين he not gonna make like 10 years no more. We are a generation coming up. We don't want to pause them by pause, because if we pause them right now, it's going to be civil war again. Okay, but we need to be, calm down, and they have couple years. Even they're still alive, we hope them they're going to still alive. I love in they're going to still alive. They're going to live. They're going to be alive, all of them. I hope all of them to be alive. But I need them to just come to a citizen of South Sudan, apologize, and go to your home and sit down, and we agree to you, and we forgive you. We're not going to get you to court. If any leader of South Sudan...
Brother. I think my time is over, but we can continue again on Tuesday, inshallah.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You bring me up again.
Yes, no problem, brother. No problem. That's brother Majak. He's always with us. He's always have powerful words, regardless of what. He's always supporting us in everything we do, and that's the spirit of brotherhood, the spirit of leadership. In the end, I thank you all for being part of Family Common Sense Show, where you drop your sense. I like this comment from Lenora. It said that we South Sudanese hate one another, hate ourselves more than any other Africans. That's why we are fighting each other. Great topic. We need to forgive each other no matter what. This is very clear that we as South Sudanese, we are the most people in Africa that we don't like one another. We are the most people that always support corruption, fights, etc. But I hope through forgiveness we can do a U-turn. I hope through forgiveness we can change people's life. Family Common Sense, this is where you drop your sense, not your nonsense. So please join us next Tuesday, the same time, 8:30 till 10:30 p.m. 8:30 till 11. That's 2.5 hours. And today we went 20 minutes extra, but because of the level of the show, we want to make sure that we are treating everyone equally, fairly. This is a sensitive and it's important topic, talking about forgiveness and how can we reconcile among one another. Please share it with friends and family. As I mentioned before, that I'm thinking to change the time, but it's still not sure what time are we going to start. It will definitely be during the week, and maybe weekend, because I work on weekend for the most part, but I will see. Maybe we'll continue on Tuesday and Thursday, but it will be maybe early hours. And please, let's continue praying for Mama Flora, as she is. We knew that she's not feeling well, and let's continue to pray for her so that she can recover and come back and give us the word of wisdom. Continue praying for her life, for her children's, and we miss a lot of people. There's Susan Ali and Sister Amel. She changed her hours, and that's make it hard for her to come. But she said anytime she have time, she will come. Amel, etc. We have powerful women that are always supporting and always have a word of wisdom, regardless of what. So let's continue praying for them. And maybe when we change the time, they will come and join us. Thank you all. Shalom, shalom. Share it with friends and family until we meet again, inshallah, by the grace of Almighty God. God loves you. Think about forgiveness. I know it's not easy, but may God touch all of our hearts so that we can forgive one another. Forgiveness is not easy, but through your humbleness, through of your faith, I'm sure you will have somewhere in your heart to learn how to forgive. Which is not, we know it's not easy, but God will touch your heart. I believe and I trust. Thank you. Stay blessed. Shalom, shalom.